Sony has not had a lot of confidence in their first party titles since the PS5 released. The review scores have not been as high as the releases from the PS4.
They have the market share, they have the games, all of the first party developers that are making just hits after hits.
It just seems very strange that, you know, it seems like they're bullying outlets to get favorable coverage. God of War Ragnarok released on November 9th. The interesting thing happened 3 weeks before, where Nick Calandra from the Escapist, he wrote on Twitter that he's remembering today that we won't have any God of War coverage at launch because Sony PR said they didn't like our tone last year. So I stopped requesting copies from them. He puts out this tweet probably around the time when, you know, other outlets started getting review copies.
I think for a lot of these websites, these gaming websites and news outlets that rely on these games to make a living, all of these business relationships and friendships they built over the years, I think it's very hard for any of these businesses to really step out of line, really demanding things or saying, hey, you know, talking bad about these games.
It's very interesting because it seems after this tweet, 3 weeks later, you see a bunch of 10s. And it's like, this does not add up right.
You know what I think? Sony pays for everything. They pay for reviews. They pay for the games. They pay to block other systems from getting games, and they pay for the reviews.
Because of that, I had a lot of reservations about going into God of War and seeing all these reviews that they're giving this 10s.
Ultimately, if you get blacklisted in this industry, if you don't get these games in advance and you're losing these clicks, you're losing these potential ad revenue sales, that's really going to hurt. So a lot of these people, you know, they rely on that. And what better way to get good into the good graces of Sony than to, you know, say good things. These games are untouchable. These are classics. These are 10s. These are 11s. I would give 12s if I can, just to keep getting these games in advance. I'm not saying that every outlet does it. I'm not even saying that the most popular outlets do it. But I mean, let's be honest, you know, for you to talk bad about God of War or any of these Sony first party games and then get potentially blacklisted, that'll be devastating for you, especially if Sony are the only one right now making hits, because we know Xbox ain't doing it.
The other thing is that the last one right now, I believe it has a higher Metacritic score. That is not accurate because that game should not have gotten 10s. There's like problems with the UI and the navigation of the game. Like, you don't know where to go. Like, there's an indicator, there's a compass that shows you, you know, a waypoint, but you have to go into the menus to look at the map to see where it is you got to go for that, like to see the area. You have no idea. And then when you look at the map, it's not even clear where it is. So you're running around in circles in this hub world, and this is the first game again. You're running around hub worlds looking for where you have to go, and you kind of have an idea, but you got to keep looking at the map to make sure you're going in the right direction. And then to go into the map, there's a loading screen. It's like 2-second loads. And this when it was on PS4 and PS5, there's no loading, so it's not as bad. But you know, that game was reviewed on PS4, and there's no way that should have been getting 10s.
That makes perfect sense and proves the reviews ain't legit. Whatever it takes.
If you liked our content, mash that like button, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more content, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.